So, I'm not exactly too sure on like Akuma's second V trigger, or actually, you know what? Never mind. We can just get started on this match. So, projectile trades are occurring, and this is looking at two dashes into a frame trap by Psionic. Scythe kick knocks back Legend. Air to air. So far, Psionic seems to be enjoying a healthy life lead.
See how it goes.
Lots of projectiles this game.
Ooh, Onyx jump in timing has been on point throughout the set. Fox still fighting from the corner. Nice straight couch half punch in a row from Anik. Just waiting for Egok to do something to jump, to try to dash in. Alright, Egok big jump in, no answer from Anik. Alright, this round is not going to be forfeited without activation of a free trigger from Egok. Anik now stocked on CA and everything. Egok puts him in the corner, there's going to be a DP, that's going to give him great OP1 opening from Egok. Might potentially take it, Anik waking up with a button, and he's going to chip. Yes, yay. Perfect answer for him.
Wow, so that was pretty impressive. I mean, at least the way it looks. I mean, I guess I don't encounter all that much Nash or don't know too much about his kit, but it looked cool. Alright, so second round begins, and Psionic straight out of the gate with pressure and throws. However, he does eat a Hadoken and finds himself back into pressuring Egok into the corner.
Anik putting another clinic on Egok. Egok is on the verge of death, but he has full meta.
What are these mind games?
Definitely one of the likeliest or one of the strongest characters in terms of comeback potential. Slowly creating space for him, but no, then gets clipped by a crouch medium kick from Anik. And the score is Anik 4, Egok 0.
Well, he is one game away from seizing victory in this set. And in basically advancing on to the next part of the winner's bracket, will Egok, will Legend do something about this?
Beautiful opening from Legend, but then gets a jump in
into a reset.
Stun. Right,
stun meter will drain out on Legend.
Working out for Egok. Glance here from Egok. And gets thrown back into the corner. Now again,
dashing forward. This is looking like Psionic once more has control of the matchup. Shakunetsu Hadouken gets answered with a teleport behind into EX face smash move, and this will be one more round for Psionic, and as he finds himself at set point, and now this is looking tense. Projectiles coming out.
Psionic has been so on point with punishing those fireballs with his free trigger. Anik
activates the V skill, and then
Anik is just waiting for Egok to make a mistake. Oh, nice! EX Demon flip into throw, but Anik just waking up with a jump forward and gets himself out of the corner. Puts himself back into the corner. This wasn't probably a very smart choice from him. Anik waiting for Egok to jump in. Oh, beautiful dash under.
Right. Psionic has one bar more meter, and this will be the end.
Frame trap, and the game goes for Psionic.
Nash wins.
Well, that's a 5-0, and it is very unfortunate that the only game that... Yeah, I think it's the only game that Legend won.
It was looking good for Legend,
Yeah, it was looking good for him only in one game, but the disconnect and what seemed to be the subsequent mental reset after that sort of changed things a bit. It is most unfortunate that we cannot do anything about power cuts or really anything about them. But it is what it is, and Legend will now find himself in the loser's bracket as Psionic will advance onward. So, what do you think of this matchup? What do you think Legend could have done differently? Or what could have been more ready for? Something like that.
I mean, on paper, anyone would say that, Akuma definitely beats Nash with his explosive pressure sequences, his damage, and everything is overall pressure game. Nash used to be very strong in the first season, but then they normalized his wake up V trigger activation. So definitely what needed to be done from Yagok was once he put Anik into the corner, expecting those V reversals and throwing them. That definitely needed to be one of his strategies. But I mean, it's easy to say all these things from a spectator point of view, but
Right.
in the heat of the match, really, it's not so easy to do these things, especially when you're up against a Nash who knows what they're doing. You're frustrated and annoyed, and once you get them into the corner, you just want to press your advantage as much as possible. You do not think about a strategy or a reversal attempt. Anyway,
All right. So the
so
next match
we're
is going to
heading into
be
the next
Omar
match.
Bhai underscore. Oh yeah, sorry. So yeah, you're saying you're gonna.
I was just
my
gonna
bad.
say that I'm going to go off commentary for this match. The
Right.
first one is going to be a connection test, and then we will begin with the actual set.
All
Cool.
right,
Let's
all
do
right,
that.
Catch you guys later.
awesome. Thank you, Omar bhai. I'll see you after this match.
Right. Good luck. Have fun. So, this game is
Shabab
going to
bhai,
be.
you were almost falling asleep, man. Yawning and everything in the middle of the best Street Fighter matches of Bangladesh. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm only on 2 hours or 3 hours of sleep. My body
Anything
literally
less
took
than
over.
anything less than skydiving and Shabab bhai is just yawning away. Like anything less than Formula One driving, MotoGP racing, and Shabab bhai is yawning away.
Yeah, man. Like, you know me. I'm all about that. Simulation. All about that hyperactivity. Anyways, so
People drink coffee. Shabab bhai sniffs it. He lines them up with his credit card and snorts the hell out of them.
snorting coffee. It certainly sounds painful and certainly sounds bad for my mucous membranes. But all right. So this connection test will go underway, and I hope it works out. I hope we see this match without any disconnects or any power cuts or
Please,
any
please.
outside influence or shenanigans or witchcraft or anything really. Like at this point, I wouldn't count anything out. Like
Another
if
thing, another thing I wanted to ask: what's the point of a connection test again? I mean, if it's a bad connection, what are you going to do?
yeah, at this point we don't really have the luxury of dealing a map or anything like that. But I think it's sort of like the online equivalent of a button check. It doesn't hurt to have a button check, like your controller could be malfunctioning. So I guess it could sort of double
Yeah,
as that.
I remember, when the Pakistani players, they were first getting into tournaments, and they would have opponents from Japan, Korea, and they were button checking, right? And these Pakistani players, they were staring at their controllers and like, what are they doing? Before every match, why are they button checking? And these Pakistani players, they don't button check or anything, they just go directly into the match and just play.
And just start laying the smack down, huh?
Yeah. So the whole concept was new to them. It was like alien. They were staring at the other players. What are you doing?
They're like, button check? You mean I'm supposed to just stand there and like keep whiffing moves? Like, why am I not hitting my opponent? I'm here.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I suppose it could be a very confusing experience for someone their very first time. And now the real match shall begin. The tournament match shall go underway as both players have given the okay. So, this is a rematch of a really spicy set we saw earlier in this tournament between FGN underscore Nasir and Omar underscore Sloth.
Do you
And
want to know
that
the
match-
score of that match?
I mean, I know the score of that match, but for any viewers who have forgotten, who are unaware, or who are
5-4.
frankly unable to catch up, right?
5-4.
It was a 9-game series. I think it was the first 9-game series of this whole tournament, and maybe the only one, if I'm not mistaken.
Most probably.
So, hopefully, this match will be just as much of a banger, and it will go just as much of the whole distance. And so here it's going to move on Yeah, and
So
as
we
yeah,
have
go on.
we have Tamim Sahar by in the comment section, and he's from Damien Sports. He hates Seth for some reason. I don't get it. What's wrong with Seth?
Some reason. I mean, a lot of players have been very vocal about his diving X kick, about how it's a cheap move and how they hate that move, and how a lot of people just want to break their controllers over that move.
I think
Yeah.
it's got to do more with Seth's aesthetics.
I mean, he beat Jury in the last game, and he got a little bit more, I don't know, fruity or feminine or whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. I think, like, if you mix masculine and feminine traits, sometimes you get a good alchemical mix out of that. Anyways, going off of that, we see Omar_Sloth coming back, and the life bars are equal. So the thing about male and female, like, I don't know, social styles or whatever is, I don't know, in cases of things like leadership, some parts of, you know, female tendencies in terms of leadership actually work out better for most organizations, and the vice versa is also true. So yeah, like it is a mix of a bunch of different things, and he basically takes on the form of whichever character beats him, so he adapts. And yeah, so an air to air goes on, and Nasir Bhai pulls Omar Bhai close to the block stun using that EX whip move. Anti-airs. FGN_Nasir certainly looking more comfortable in this matchup in the second round. A V-trigger activation by Omar_Sloth. I would like to remind our viewers that that Omar_Sloth used a different V-trigger than Psionic. He uses the teleporting addition move to all the DPs and the Tatsus. Now, Omar_Sloth finds himself at a huge, not a huge, but it's certainly a big life lead. But
Gone now.
Yeah, Nasir Bhai's performance in the second round somehow gets eclipsed by Omar Bhai's comeback and performance. So, a first game going to Omar_Sloth. The burden of the adaptation is now on Nasir Bhai.
Yep. So, do you think there's going to be a character change?
I'm gonna expect it after maybe 1 or 2 more losses by Nasir Bhai. He certainly looked very strong with Poison in the later stages of the set the last time these two played, and to be honest, for myself, like, I prefer to watch the Poison versus Seth match as opposed to the Nikali versus Seth match.
I was expecting that he'll start with Nikali this time.
Yeah, but I think he went off of results from the last game because, like, on the last set they played together, because they did not, like, Nikali didn't really get much in that set.
Okay.
Or did he? I'm not entirely sure. But wait, hang on. I'm confusing or conflating the match against Psionic or something like that by Nasir Bhai. Anyways, that is going to be a neutral jump in the corner, and Nasir Bhai will take the round lead in this second game of the set. The V-Scale Aura comes out from Omar_Sloth, but a poke from Nasir Bhai is looking like lots of pressure from Omar_Sloth. So to address the diving axe kick, it's not that the diving axe kick is super safe or it's not interruptible or anything like that. It's just from the angle that he comes at you, plus how, like, one of the versions is basically safe and unpunishable, and some of the other versions have a gap, but basically, like, you know, gap and unpunishable, or it's fast and, you know, safe, or something like that. And basically those multiple options have a threat, and they each end up making the other safe. It's really hard to react to unless your character has the right tool. This CA will chip out, and Nasir Bhai will be equalized in the second
Man, that's so annoying, don't you think, that when they chip you out like that?
Well, in this case, I don't think so. In Street Fighter 5, because it's only possible if you have CA. You can't do that with Hadouken spam or any other move really. So your critical art is the only thing that can actually chip you out in this game.
But still, you're blocking, right? Alright, go on.
No worries. Yeah, I mean, so now Omar Slot has FJ in the corner. DP's B trigger activation, but that cross counter will find him there. FJ Nasir on his back foot as Omar Slot will take the second game.
Man, Omar Bhai is on fire.
Yeah, it seems, at least on the surface level, that he has done his homework. He has watched that old game and probably taken a few notes, noted Nasir Bhai's tendencies. Let us see if Nasir Bhai can yet reply.
They play each other regularly though, right? So they know each other's game there.
Yes, indeed. But in the heat of a tournament, some of these things might change. They might go the extra mile, the extra distance to perform more YOLO things or do options that they do not normally take. Now, the EX Tatsu from Omar Slot. Lots of activation gonna go on the screen. Yes, now. The dive kick finds nothing, but the threat is omnipresent. Oh, the V skill misses, but FJ Nasir does not capitalize on that. A Molotov lands, the burn damage, and the CA. FJ Nasir will take the first round yet again. Let us see if he can seize the second or the third round of this game and seal the deal for this game. Oh, a low catches him on the dash. The V skill Aura will close the gap, but a poke will stop that. Crush counters, holds the whip but gets interrupted. One thing that is really interesting, one thing that is really skillful actually by Omar Slot, I noticed him do, is in the second game, he actually whiff punished the extended hurt box of Nasir Bhai's whip. And
man, his reaction time is so good.
Yeah, indeed. It was either a reaction or a godly read, but of which of those two it was, I cannot say. And now FJ Nasir will find a game and put himself on the board in this set.
So the score is 2-1.
Yes, the score is 2-1. Can he get another game to equalize, or will Omar Slot further solidify his lead?
Man, both these players are playing so good. They're playing so good.
Yes, indeed. Oh, a stick throw after the V skill activation, and Tatsu. What's that up? Oh, anti-air whip. This is lots of good footsie range options from FJ Nasir. Will the life bar be equalized? Will the life lead find himself as neutral? No. FJ Nasir will be at a disadvantage as he finds himself stunned in the corner, and Omar Slot will surely seize this round.
The pressure, man. How do you deal with this pressure?
Well, honestly, it can be a bit of a guessing game, or you can look back on what your opponent has tended to do all throughout this set. And this is one of the things about fighting games. You have to keep track of what your opponent did in a given situation. And you have to track multiple instances of this across the series. You want to be able to make sure that you are adapting more than your opponent, and your opponent cannot keep up with your own adaptation. Now, Omar Slot looking like he is almost at victory for this game. Some folks, V-trigger activation, EX flip, and Nasir Bhai at the magic pixel finds an EX flip. Tatsu finds nothing. Lots of folks, lots of medium kicks, and dive kick also finds nothing. Nasirbai is holding on for so long. This CA will skip out on Wake.
Man, it was the anticipation. I know it's going to come, but when?
Yeah. And honestly, that could have gone either way. FG_ Nasir was coming back with some valiant attempts. And those EX flips were finding their mark. They were connecting at the right range, at the right time. However, he was unlucky as Omar_Slot chooses that time in specific to do a CA. And now, the corner carry from that move is ridiculous. My god, that is disgusting. Now, FG_ Nasir almost gets stunned, and he will get stunned. Omar_Slot finds the window in the middle to generate just a little bit more mirror with that DP. That overhead will take it with a perfect KO. Omar_Slot in full momentum and seems to be in control. FG_ Nasir certainly on the back. So that Aura gets hit on the heart box. EX flip once more. It seems to me that he should be using that tool more often. Oh, he calls him out on the pressure option from the whip movement forward. And now, FG_ Nasir once more in the corner. Jump in, cross up, EX Tatsu into the side switch once more. Stun lands, and Omar_Slot will surely be now only one game away from seizing victory in this set.
Set wins.
FG_ Nasir looking out of sorts, looking like he's on the back foot. What will he do?
I don't know, man. The last match was so close. I mean, do you remember last match? Nasirbai took the lead, and then Omarbhai had to make a comeback, huge comeback.
Yes, perhaps the shoe is on the other foot, and FG_ Nasir has to do what Omarbhai did in the last time they faced off against each other. Now, lots of whip options. Oh, that V skill, Aura from Seth gets called out by that jump back kick. However, the life lead once more going in the favor of Omar_Slot, as this stun will surely mean one more round for Omarbhai. Well, Omar_Slot, apologies, is now at set point.
Never get old.
So, lots of whip pokes from FG_ Nasir. That EX flip